Okay, so now we're going to continue with a couple more tips and things we can do. So in this wireframe, I'm going to have this one box, or both of these boxes, as image files. They're going to be images, so I have to indicate in my wireframe that these are images, and images have an X across it. So I'll show you how to do that. This is the tool here. It's back in our Shapes tool, and it's going to be the line tool that we're going to select. And this line tool I'm going to take and click in one corner, hold down my mouse, drag it to the other corner. So it comes like that. And so there's the shape one. That's going to be my X. So that's one side. Then I'm still in my line tool. I'm going to go to the other corner, click the corner, drag, and make another X. Now you see what happened? I've got another layer with my other X. So if I hide this one and I go to this one, this first line, it's still there. It's just because the second one is on top of it, so it hides the first one. So what we're going to do is we're going to merge these two together to make the X. So I'm going to highlight this, hold down the Shift key, and highlight that. So now I've highlighted two layers. So hold the Shift key and highlight the layers that you want to highlight together. Then we're going to go over to the menu at the top called Layer, and then we're going to select Merge Shapes. So we're only merging the shapes that we've highlighted in the Layers panel. So we're going to click Merge Shapes, and you see now those two shapes are merged. And I'm going to call this image X number 1. You can name it whatever you want. It's just for you to understand what that is. So let's do the same thing for the second box. So we're still in our line tool, and again click, drag to the corner. That creates this layer called shape 1, and then again click, drag to the other corner. That creates another layer called shape 2. Hold down the Shift key, highlight both of those two layers we just created, and in Layer, Merge Shapes, that one's going to be merged as well. So this is going to be called, say, image X number 2. So now you see what happens. This is over top of that, so that one's there and that one's there. So they are still there, just because when you move away from that layer, you don't see it. But they are there. All right. Now what I want to do is create a group. So I want to show you how to create a grouping. It's another way of organizing your layers. So down here at the very bottom is like a little file folder icon. If I click on that, it creates a layer called Group 1. And you see that there's a little triangle here. So there's nothing in the group right now. Open the folder, close the folder. So there's nothing there. It's just a group that I've created. What I could do is I'm going to move these X's that I've created in the boxes. I'm going to highlight both of them, and I'm going to drag them into my group. So I'm going to click on them and drag them into my group. So now they're both in the group 1. See what happens there. So they're both in there and there. And I'm not sure why I'm not seeing them. Group, unless I go to Layer and merge my group. It still doesn't work. Okay, so that didn't work. I don't like what happened. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to go Control Z or Command Z on a PC, Command Z on a Mac. And so I've gone to the step before that. I can go Control Z or Command Z again and again oh, sorry, Command Option Z on a Mac goes back the second step and goes back again. So it's Control Alt Z on a PC if you want to go back more than just the last step, like the second last step, take you back. And if that's too confusing for you, you could always go to the History panel, which is, I've got it here in my navigation bar up here, my history up here, but you could also, it might be easier for you to go to Window and then History. Oh, I just think I undid it. Window, History, there. So I'll pull it out so you can see it. Because all these boxes here you can move around. So this is my history panel of everything that I've done here. And so as you can see, the last thing I did was I had a layer order where I had it grouped. I created the group. I changed the name. So I'm going back. I merged the layers. So I was like, okay, I think that's the part I like. Let's go back here. So this is okay because this is my X on the second image and this is my X on the first. So I can move this history thing back inside here, or I could exit out either way. All right, so let me highlight these two again and layer. I'm going to merge these two visible ones. Oh, that didn't work. Let's go back. I want to see both of these X's. Layer. Link the two layers. No, that didn't work either. Sometimes it's a bit of trial and error. Combine the shapes. Unite the shapes, subtract front shape, unite the shapes that overlap, subtract. I'm going to unite the shapes. There we go. So that was it. What did we do? We went to I don't remember what we did. What did we do? Layer, order, unite shapes. So we went to layer and we united the shapes. How did I do that? I just don't remember. I just did it. Let me go Command Z. That's how it was. I went to layer. Oh, I went to merge shapes. Merge shapes. Okay. Unite or merge the shapes. Perfect. So now I've got these two boxes. All right, so we now learned how to create a group, although we didn't use it in this particular example, but it will be useful later because everything here is the wireframe. And when we create some of the graphic elements in the next class, we'll want to separate what we've done with the wireframe with what we will do with the graphic user interface, meaning the graphic design elements of it. And so once we've got a wireframe that we like and we're done, remember we're going to do two wireframes, one for your main page, the master page, and then one for another page. So my master page may not necessarily have these two image boxes on every page, but I know that this top part will be on every page as well as the footer. So I'm going to create a group. This is called my group. I'm going to click in that, double click in that, and call it wireframe. So that's going to be my wireframe, and I'm going to highlight everything I've done, all of this, every layer, and move it into that group so that when I close the group, it's just one item. So when I go into my graphic design layers later on, I won't be confusing with the wireframe because it's organized. So that's that.